Hi everyone, Susie here. I have a process video today showcasing Christmas tags, and I went about it by die cutting and coloring in a bunch of Christmas images and tags and having them on the ready to go. For this first one, I used this cute deer from Altenew, and I die cut it. I stamped it in pink, and I love the pink and black. I stamped the sentiment is one of my favorite Christmas sentiment sets from Mama Elephant. It is called Merry Christmas. And the other one from Mama Elephant I like that I'm going to be using a lot is Mini Messages. And I added some pink sequins, which I believe are from Lucy's Cards. Topped it with the black and white ribbon. Now for my next card, you will see me coloring a little bit on this one with my Copic markers. This is a set from Lawn Fawn. And I just started out coloring in the tree trunk with some browns. This has been so long ago, I don't really have the colors here ready for you unless you can see them if I turn the cap upside down on screen. I have this little squirrel sitting on the trunk with a red Christmas ball. And then I add some little tiny, these are teeny tiny little things to color, some acorns, a holly branch, and a heart. And then I end up putting some shimmery, what are these called? Wink of Stella on the Christmas ball and on the heart. This next one is just a little foam little stamp that I had already die cut this postage edge frame and layered it with a gingham frame with the center cut out. Used some more Lawn Fawn critters and a sentiment from Poppy Stamps. Next is a flower Christmas cluster that I colored in. This is from a Power Poppy stamp set, and I layered that over a paper tray ink label set. And again, using my Christmas messages stamps with my stamp positioner. I like using that so I can get the message nice and crisp. So now a lot of these I had pre-done, but not all of them. And then I am just adding some sequins from 28 Lilac Lane. This is a tin of red sequins, and let me tell you, you get a ton of sequins with these. I'm tying some twine on the top of this. And then this next stamp is, or tag, it's also a tag that I pre-cut from paper tray ink. And I'm going to do some heat embossing with this Merry Christmas image, using my powder tool to keep it clean. And then you see the magic happening with the embossing. I love watching that happen to this day. And then that was also a Power Poppy sentiment stamp. And then these are some ornaments I had already die cut and stamped from paper tray ink. I stamped them in pink and green and added some gold glitter to them. Tied them with some gold thread. And then I add just a tiny bit of glossy accents to hold the thread in place and top it with a sheer pink ribbon. And I'm wiping off the excess powder from my powder tool and adding some pink and green Nouveau crystal drops. I use those quite a bit. You will see me using them again and again. I really love how this tag turned out. The pink against the black is just really pretty. And then this next tag is a really simple one, a tag backed in a pink dotted paper. I put some enforcement holes in there with some mulberry leaves, added a little sentiment on a, what is that stamp set from Paper Tray Ink with the tags? big ticket. Yeah, I put it on a big ticket and layered it and added some really old gemstones that make really nice berries. Layering it on the tag here. And topping it also with a sheer pink ribbon. The next stamp is, or tag, is also very, very simple. I had already die cut this polar bear, and I just topped it on top of a piece of black, on top of a craft tag, added some teeny tiny craft stars, and topped it with a black and craft colored gingham ribbon. The next stamp set has some little lawn fawn bird. I layered the tag over an oval layering die, added my little tiny stamp from Mama Elephant Mini Messages, added a die cut star. This is when having all these little pieces already pre-cut and pre-colored, you can put these tags together so fast. It just makes it really fun to have piles of each. The next one is a larger tag from Mama Elephant that I die cut using some snowflakes from Paper Tray ink. The polar bears are from Hero Arts. I had already colored the polar bears in. Added a little tag reinforcer at the top and some white Nouveau Crystal drops. And then I added a white topper, and I'm sorry, that wasn't actually a reflection stamp set. This next one is Inkadinkado, and I just loved this antler, and it's very detailed and fine, so you'll see me again and again bringing out my white Uniball pen to cover up when I go outside the lines. Just coloring in just a little bit of the horn. Most of it is black. I just had to add a little bit of browns and creams. Doing the holly leaves in a couple shades of green and the berries in a couple of shades of red. Turning the tag as I color. There I added the sentiment stamp, and I'm adding a couple of holly leaves, and then the berries I will add sequins to be the berries for this tag. Again, using my Misty stamping tool, and then attaching a larger gingham ribbon to this one. The next, I am coloring in a little scene with deer and trees. This stamp set, I believe, is, I think it's Lawn Fawn. I'm not sure if it's, I think it's Lawn Fawn. It could be Mama Elephant, but I believe it's Lawn Fawn. Coloring in the deer and shading it a little bit. Again, really small images, so not a lot of shading going on. And now I'm using washi tape to die cut these out, to hold them down to run through my die cutting machine. And I begin building my scene. And then I use a die to cut a piece of Tim Holtz beautiful patterned paper there and put it over the top portion of the tag. Now I'm putting my scene together, putting the deer down on a little spot of ice, layering my trees, and then I add some Nouveau Crystal shimmery kind of drops to make the ice block look a little icy, and then I add some white Nouveau Crystal drops at the top. But before I do that, I will add the sentiment over on the right hand side. And I embossed it with white fine embossing powder, and I'm drying it here. Adding my ribbon, and then I'm adding the snowdrops, and then I also added some red shimmery drops to the berries over the top part of it. And for this tag, it is a simple little Santa that I had stamped, and I just added him to a tag. Now here are the close-ups of the tags, and I hope this next Christmas you can start now and start building an arsenal of tags, and they really add a nice finishing touch to your Christmas packages. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.